Hello. The first thing I would like to say to you is I'm not a priest. I have deliberately worn this to worry you. Because the moment I came out in this outfit, some of you will have thought to yourself, oh dear, is there a chance we're about to hear about Jesus? It is the weekend. I'm in a dark room filled with a lot of people. This is the last possible place I expected to hear about the Messiah. There will be some of us watching online right now who have already gone, No! I came here for a TED Talk. I came here for opinions and perspectives, but not opinions and perspectives I implicitly disagree with. Back to the cats and porn. I wear this to make a little point about the nature of information. You should be aware whenever you see somebody talking on a stage or on the screen that you are watching a performance. Everything is information. Now, a man walks onto the stage dressed as a priest. Is he a priest? Well, hang on. He just said he's not a priest, and yet everything we have seen today has been presented as authentic. If I am not a priest, where is the priest? Is he dead? Has he killed and robbed a priest? Is it blasphemy to dress as a priest if you are not a priest? And if I'm an atheist, then pray tell, what is blasphemy? To answer those questions in order, yes, the priest is dead. No, I didn't kill him. Taking old clothes out of my mother's back shed is not robbery, it's technically looting. And blasphemy to an atheist would be the acknowledgement that Richard Dawkins is a pompous old windbag. And I have, not faith, but empirical evidence that that is true, because he is old and he is pompous and I've heard him blow the wind about. I think, therefore I am, and I think somebody is a jerk, therefore they are. Cogito jerko bum, and my name is John Robertson, and what a great pleasure it is to be with you. Now, everything is information. Now, this is going out online right now. And what I mean by that is the following, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is information. To the viewer online, a priest was just heard to remark that Richard Dawkins was a pompous old windbag. If that's not a remix by Thursday YouTube, I will be tremendously disappointed. Everything is information. Human beings are information. Now, each and every one of you knows that implicitly because you know what DNA is because Jurassic Park taught you. But not one of you is the product of blood extracted from an old fossilized mosquito. You are, each and every one of you, a combination of genetic info that mingled on a fine night when a combination of societal expectation, alcohol, popular music, and convenience made your parents briefly put the writing on the pelvic wall. We are information. Human beings are made of information. We eat information, we produce information, we consume information. And that is what you are doing here today. Now, right now, I'm talking to three audiences. In front of me are what I can only assume are human beings. We have filled up this room, and that is good. That is what human beings do. We are a virus. And we are a virus so successful we now pick our own entertainment. It's true. The human race is a disease. And what a confident disease we are, because only a disease that was relatively, certain it had already killed the host body would create a television show like Family Feud. But this talk is going out to three sets of human beings. I have here the real people, the people who are present. And may I say, what a pleasure it is to be here with you, here together in the Perth Concert Hall. And then we have you people. Hello. You people watching this on the live stream. What a pleasure it is to be away from you. And yet simultaneously watched. What I want you to understand is it's not that we didn't want you here. It's just that you're sort of like the relatives who were invited to the barbecue but didn't turn up. and Skyped in momentarily. And we were glad you did, but we were also like, yeah, that's okay, that's it. I want you to understand that this sensation of being observed by eyes I cannot see fills me with a sense of what I believe doctors call paranoia. That same feeling that I get whenever I do anything immoral, by which I mean illegal, by which I mean fun. And I say to the people who are here, hello, and I love you. I genuinely do. We are here together as people. And those of you who are out there, I say hello and I love you. We aren't together as people, but we are at least doing roughly the same thing at roughly the same time. And to the third audience for this talk, the YouTube viewer, the person who will watch this at some indeterminate amount of time from now, I say to you, put on some pants and get a job. If you want to actually be happy, maybe actually buy a cat. Don't just watch videos of them falling down, You're not happy, you're just developing ringworm for the soul. That's all I've got to say about that. And those of you who are currently commenting on Twitter, you're just hecklers without the balls to actually heckle. Now, we are here together, collectively. And what I want to tell you people who are here, you, the closest 1,000 people, I want to tell you that in 15 minutes, the world will change. I want to tell you that because you've paid a lot of money to be here. And I think you should probably get the impression that something is going to happen. Fine. In 15 minutes, the world will change. And each and every one of you will be the catalyst for that change. In 15 minutes, I will take a seed of information, I will place it inside you, and you will be incredibly pleased because you will have a piece of information that no other human being has had prior to now. You will be the patient zeros of a change, the virus that gets to spread out and do with that information what you want. You will be the spark of a flame. You will be the beginning of a movement. You will be the twinge of the bowel that suggests you might want to book in a candle because this is going to take some time and the results will be pungent. I would like to tell you that, but it would be a lie. In 15 minutes, the world will be exactly the same as it was 15 minutes ago. Because what you are watching right now is a product. A packaged, rehearsed, marketed, homogenized product. A TED Talk goes between 12 to 18 minutes with the speaker standing rooted to a spot that makes it look as though I'm currently being targeted by the world's largest assassin. To give you a sense of the scale of this, if this entire stage setup, if the TED stage setup had been present on that fateful day in Dallas in 1963, there would have been no conspiracy about who shot JFK. Because one blast of this would have taken out the entire downtown area, and the presence of this logo would have prompted exactly the same questions that my grandfather asked me when I took this gig, which were, who is Ted? And what does he want? You see, the minute that I leave this dot, we are finally together. We are connected. I can see you. You don't wear a hat indoors. That's what the ceiling's for. Now, not going to lie, folks, you've just literally applauded a grown man bullying a child. And you're happy about it. And aren't you happy about it, YouTube, given that's how the internet works? We are now together and we are a fine collective. We can appreciate one another. I can, in fact, play my favourite game with you people. I see you and I have been to the same hairdresser. We can play my favourite game. And this is a game that any of you can do. It's a game that you do upon meeting 3 new people for the first time. And it works like this. Hello. Hello. That's all. And what that produces, at one point we're all together collectively, then it produces a performer and 2 audience members and a victim. Now, I want you to understand you're probably lovely in every way, but to them, that's all I'm saying. Just momentarily. See, we are now together. We can do something live just because we are here amongst each other. Nice and fast. We go out to 3 different audiences. I will have a mission for you. The people watching on the live stream, I will have a mission for you. And the people watching this down the line on YouTube, you sicken me. Spending another fine day in the bed. That's right. That's, you and me. Just sitting there, scratching your ass, just cherry-picking a fine day's thinking. Yeah, that's right. Load up another TED Talk. Yeah, just anything to delay the inevitable eBay binge. I understand. Don't worry about it. Of course, you don't even have the bravery to actually watch pornography, do you? You just read articles about the ethics and imagine what could happen, See, what gets me is this. Right now, we are, for want of a better term, something of a platonic family. This is the audience for right now. And I love you. And the audience that are watching live, I love you. But depressingly, what we're doing right now isn't for us. It's for the YouTube viewer. At the end of a TED Talk, the best thing it can be, unfortunately, is a product to go out online so that somebody can binge it and their little anonymous eyes can become another little count. My opinion will only have worth if it gets about 4 million hits. And this bothers me, ladies and gentlemen, in every single way, because whenever you are watching a performance, you should be informed. You should know exactly how that performance has been engineered. People place a lot of faith in brands. When I read The Guardian, it doesn't matter to me that they apparently can't do an entire article without a typo. I believe them implicitly because my political allegiance is with them. This is a bothersome thing. Now, you guys are currently sitting in a room that has robbed you of your individuality. You came in here as people. You are now audience members. YouTubers out there, you know how anonymous you are, because the thing is, when I, mocked you momentarily, right? If you didn't like me, you could have hit me. It wouldn't have been socially acceptable. I'm not going to lie. Thing is, we are together. We are immediate. The commenter on YouTube, and I say commenter because in a way that's what you are. They only have one way of expressing themselves, and that is this. There is an area beneath the video on YouTube in which to write your opinions. Why is it beneath the video? Well, it's almost like it's not important. You see, these things are deliberately put there because it's not actually a field for real criticism. It is just another way of getting you to stay on the website. I want you to imagine momentarily that you were in a toilet. You close the door and you suddenly realize that the door has a special space for you to write down all of your opinions. And not going to lie, if you're upset about that right now, go on, have a little YouTube discussion and see how long you can keep it away from the subjects of Islam or the Illuminati. Because we are live, we can come to a collective decision very, very early. There's a little shock of recognition. You can actually change things just a teeny tiny bit just by being present in a large mass. And this is without getting the pitchforks. You see, you guys out there, reality hasn't hit you. You watch something, you don't quite understand how it got to you. If you agree with it, you just go, yes, that's for me. This is bothersome. Always let reality intrude. This year, I turned 31, and I, my wife, and our girlfriend, yes, just accept what I've said and move on, hired ourselves a sex dungeon in London. Now, we are, of course, in Perth, Western Australia, and if one were to build a sex dungeon, one would perhaps do it in the hills where no one has ever gone and successfully returned. But in London, real estate is so high, so very, very expensive, that there are in fact no buildings that are just purpose-built. If you go to a sex dungeon, you discover that it shares a wall with somebody's flat, which I found out at 2 a.m. while chained to a cross, when there I was, and we suddenly heard a voice that wasn't one of ours say, "We can hear you." Let reality intrude. It won't be a big change that you make. This is a theatre. The seats are velour. The only type of social rebellion to ever happen in this joint is when people go outside during the interval and go, "Oh, wasn't that awful?" and then whine about the cost of the Maltesers in the foyer. All I want to do is be among you people, to be the way a human being should be, and I will do that right now. Welcome back. To you, the dear live streamer, and to you, the dear YouTube viewer, we were just talking about you. Because you see, for the last minute and a half, now I know you figured it out when the chairs were empty, but for the last minute and a half, nothing that you have seen has been real. We all knew that because we were here. The general point I'm making is, if you want to experience reality, go outside every once in a while. And not just to play Pokemon Go. I thought I'd make a topical reference for the 3 more months that's going to be relevant. 2, learn the mechanisms that produce the media that you consume. 3, question everything. Question it ethically. 4, any YouTube video this video now gets is another view for my ass. And on the internet, that's as authentic as it gets. Good night. Goodbye.